Hello.
Hello there.
How you doing?
I am doing well. How are
How are
you?
you doing this fine Thursday evening?
I am doing wonderfully well. How are you?
Good. I had a very exciting day.
You did?
Oh, look, Jimmy's
Tell us,
here.
Matt. Oh, hi, Jimmy. Matt wanted to know if you meant to post an open connection to the show.
Yes, we always post an open connection to the show. So that leads us into the link is in the chat. We would love for anybody to join us, particularly Mr. Jimmy Blanton, because he is an expert on the subject we are talking about tonight.
Yes, sir. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, Jimmy,
And
hop
thanks
on.
for joining us, Matt.
Yes, thank you for
Stick
joining us.
around.
He's really
Matt's
tired.
going to show me how to cut some wood.
Yep.
He
He's going
doesn't
to give
know
you a
that yet.
tutorial. He's going to give you the in-service.
It's
So
a
tonight,
valuable skill to have, dude.
it is. I mean, you got to know what you're doing out there because you could get hurt.
Yes. Yeah, that would be bad. I need all my fingers.
We need all our fingers.
Mm-hmm.
So we're having a
So
show
tell us
tonight.
about your day.
Okay. So
Quickly.
my day. So today
Mhm.
I'm taking a business course right now.
Mhm.
It's called the Conscious Business Accelerator course. And so what we did today was breath work. Okay. So I've done breath work with my clients, but nothing like this. This was some real stuff, guys. So we did what's called Wim Hof breathing, and it was intense, y'all. It was intense.
Did it make your lips tingle?
It made my
Breathing
mouth
like
get
that?
all dry, and then I made all my arms and legs go numb. It made me get all crying, and it made me get all laughing, and it made me get all happy and sad, and like every kind of emotion came out.
Hmm.
So it was
I need
called
to learn how to
somatic.
breathe.
So this is somatic. Somatic is when you move your body to release emotions, and when you use your voice and your breath to release emotions and stuff. So it's a real thing, and I did it today.
That's awesome.
It
I need
was
to learn breath work. I don't think that I breathe right. I'm pretty sure I
nobody
don't.
breathes right. So nobody breathes right. Everybody breathes too shallow. And so when you
Mm-hmm.
breathe too shallow, you don't get the right chemicals to your brain. So there's a lot that can be said about breath work. So with breath work, did you know you can change the biochemical state of you just by taking 6 deep breaths through your nose, through in and out your nose only? You can change
Really?
your whole brain chemistry just by doing that.
60
I think
like
that,
in a row?
yeah,
Just for a minute? Really?
I need to do it because I was kind of grumpy a
That
minute ago.
feels good when you do that. Doesn't
Of
it?
course it does. Yeah.
Because I sigh a lot. I notice that I've been sighing a lot. And I think it's because there's something about the breath that like makes you feel a little bit better. And I think that's probably why people sigh, right?
Yes,
There's
it's a
like there's
release.
something right.
That's part of Wim Hof breathing when you so you breathe in, and when you breathe out, you have to go and it's like releasing.
Hmm.
And like just when
Um,
you think you don't have anything left to release, folks, best believe you do.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I
There's always
wonder if it could also work well if you do it with a friend. Like if you and I did it together, it would make us laugh. So it'd
oh
also
yeah.
be like medicine. It'd be laughter, right? Because we would die. That would make us laugh. I could see us
We
now.
would die laughing. I laughed a little bit too. It was like weird laughter though. It was like
Mhm.
it was like
Awkward and
unconscious
like you
laughter.
sounded like a crazy person.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Like that.
I was laughing like that earlier. My daughter was making fun of me.
It
Yeah.
was deep, guys. It was really deep. It was an experience, and I probably will try it again. Um, there's so much you can do for your body. Like there's so much you can do for your inner peace of mind. Like it boggles my mind every time when I learn something new.
There's so many answers to well maybe it's not like a solution, but it helps. There's so many things that help with things that's like right in front of us that's
Yep.
easy, that doesn't cost any money, you know, because
Yep.
nobody can charge you for your own breath.
Breathe.
So,
Yeah. Well, that's what God says. This says that everything you need, everything you will ever need is within you or around you. That's the way God made
right.
it. Yeah.
Which is so true, because literally everything around us came from here.
Yep.
It came from around us.
So there's like a saying that I use too. Usually I just say, whenever I find myself having fear or something, I tell myself, only God is here. Because if only God is here, then nothing can, because even like negative energies, even all kinds of, every energy is still from God. It's just polarity, everything, as good as there is something, there has to be the exact opposite of it. So everything is still from God. So one thing I say is, I can't remember what I say right now. I had it written down too. Nothing here can hurt you, because everything here is a part of God, and God would never do anything to hurt itself.
Right. That's why I think it's a learning experience.
Everything is, you guys.
I think it's definitely a learning experience.
There's a lot of hypnotherapy that can relate to spirituality, like a lot.
I think that the other day when you hypnotized me, I think that you put me under deeper than you have before. And I think that chair works really good, but it was, I don't know. It's strange, because it felt like I could feel myself going in and out. How long did you have me?
I think about 40 minutes.
Because it seemed like a lot of time went by, like, fast or something.
It does too. It is long. It does take a long time.
I mean, it feels like it goes by fast, but it seems like the time went by like fast, like it shouldn't have been that long. I don't know. It's weird. It always feels like it's just for a little bit, but it was
mind-boggling, especially when I do past life regression. That is the longest sessions, and I'm serious, like hours can go by. It's crazy.
I keep hearing relaxed and focused.
Relaxed and focused.
Well, not hearing it, but I'm catching myself saying it to myself. Because I don't mean to. Good. I'm not doing it on purpose. It's so weird.
Did that to you, dude. I did it.
I'm all like, I was doing that today. I was curling my bangs, and I was all
relaxed and focused.
Why did I keep saying that?
I've been saying it to myself all day too. So every time I hypnotize somebody, I've been going, funny. I think I go under myself, which is a good thing. Because I'm usually doing it for something good. So yeah, I've been saying it all day too to myself. And then the other day I hypnotized my friend to, take care of herself and like not worry about everybody else so much. And then I started to do that too the next day. So I'm like, yep, I'm doing it to myself. For everybody that I do it to, I'm doing it to myself too.
I wonder why, or like what other people see, like, because I know that when you start hypnotizing me, I have the eye things on, but I don't start out with my eyes closed. And I always see like I see something spinny. And I wonder if other people see that, if it has something to.
My old friend.
Does anybody ever say? Oh, yes.
Yeah. Aisha used to see the same thing that you saw.
Well, I see two different spinny things. I see star spin. I also see that tube thingy. That one. Remember that one time when I was all whoa, because it felt like I was on a roller coaster, and I was all whoa. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
Hypnotherapy can give you a headache, like you were saying. You can get a headache.
I think it was because of my ponytail and the where it was sitting. It was putting pressure on something, because when I adjusted it, it went away. But yeah, it was hurting for like really bad in one spot. And then I felt like there was a person right here. That's why I asked you, is there a cat? I asked you, there is a cat right there, because it felt like there was something right here.
when you feel the presence of somebody like standing right by you, there probably is somebody standing right by you.
Probably. That
Not
would
creepy
not surprise
style.
me.
Like they're not that.
You
Like
know what? You know what happened today that was weird? So
what?
I was driving right down 51st on my way to a showing I had.
Yeah.
And okay, so I was driving and like there wasn't any clouds like directly above me because there was no, I mean, it was kind of cloudy day, right? And there
Yeah.
was shadows or whatever from like bigger clouds, but something flew overhead of my car because I saw the shadow like go,
Oh,
phew. But it went, and I was thinking, there's no way that could be a bird because that would have had to have been like a pterodactyl or something,
it could
but
have
it couldn't
been
have been
a.
but it wasn't a plane because it wasn't that big, but it was a lot bigger than a bird. And it was a lot. It had to have been closer to the ground because of the shadow. Like I saw, and I was like, what? I was like, what was that? Like, I don't know what that was. I didn't see anything. It was weird. It was just like
That
like a solid
happened to me
shadow, but
before, but it was a bird. Like it was a big ass bird.
it would have had to been a big, I mean, like I don't, a big bird. And I would have seen that. Like I didn't see any birds
So
or
I
anything.
wonder what it was. It could have been a spaceship.
I don't know. It was like an invisible something that cast a shadow for a second, but there wasn't anything there, so I'm not sure.
So what did you learn about spiritual attachments when you did your research?
Um, I think um, that we all have them, if somewhat.
Yeah,
It sounds
I
like
do
to
too.
me, or we're
I
all
do.
impacted by them. Um, and it's interesting. I find it really, really interesting. The thing I don't understand, which is what I was going to ask Jimmy if he hops on, the thing I don't understand is a thunderbird. What's a thunderbird?
A thunderbird is a
Oh,
huge bird that people have
oh,
sightings of.
oh.
I'll
Well,
try and find a picture right now.
yeah, because we have a road called Thunderbird down here in Phoenix.
Mhm.
um, but I wanted to ask Jimmy, does an attachment? Does it have to be? My computer.
Oh, she just died. I mean, she didn't die. Her computer's dying. So I'll tell you what I learned about spiritual attachments. I mean, I already knew about it because I went to school for it, some part of this. So hospitals are definitely portals. And if you go into a hospital and you may be low vibing or depression or, oh, I don't know, just all that, it's a place where spirits that don't know they're dead yet or spirits that don't want to go to the light yet hang out. And if you're vibing low or if you were drunk or high or something, they will attach to you. So a lot of attachments happen because of alcoholism and um, drug use, because people that die, they don't want to give up drinking. So they stay on earth longer because they don't want to give up drinking and they want to get into your body so that they can
I'm
have it.
sorry.
That's cool.
Here I
That's
am.
okay.
Okay, my computer died on me.
Sometimes it's a loved one that when you are grieving too hard, they don't want to leave you because you're grieving too hard. So they attach to you or your house.
So is there? It's always a like a being that was once like like alive, or are there
People,
beings that have always been energy beings?
yeah, there are. There's beings that have always been energy beings, but they don't usually try to attach to you.
Not even in a like for positive to
Yeah.
positively.
Yeah. Like if they want to channel, like if they have something to say and you agree to let them channel through you, they can come in.
So you're saying so an attachment has to be allowed in. It can't just influence somebody's behavior but
Oh
not
no,
be
it can influence. You
attached.
can let it in. Like
No,
yeah,
I mean, like, can it influence someone's behavior, but it not be let in? Because you
yeah.
know what I mean?
Unfortunately, it can.
So, like, because I think that they influence people all the time, but they're not necessarily in them.
Oh,
Does that?
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like when someone's being a huge asshole. They're
Right. For
probably
no
got some
reason.
kind of, yeah, they probably got an attachment. Or influence.
Right. And I've even told you before, where I've felt like I'm all angry and I don't know why. It doesn't feel like it's coming from me or
Yeah,
whatever. Like you can tell. You can.
it can happen, dude.
Hmm.
So some signs of it, some signs that you have an attachment are like mood, like a sudden mood change that's not like you, or say like you're not a drinker and all of a sudden you want to drink, or a sudden change in behavior, like you're
Like,
all
remember the other day when I told you that I went for some reason, I felt like I went to go reach for my pack of cigarettes and I was like, I don't
oh
smoke.
yeah, that is weird.
That was
That is
weird.
weird.
I know, that was really
But
weird.
that is exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Um, so addiction can go both ways. Like the spirit could be have an addiction and doesn't want to leave Earth because they still want to do drugs. Or somebody who's addicted to something can open themselves up for an attachment to come in.
Right.
So a lot of times, a lot of mental disorders are mistaken. A lot of attachments are mistaken for mental disorders. And
Right.
and also an attachment can result in a mental disorder. So it's kind of messed up.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that not all thoughts that you have are necessarily yours. Like reading somebody's mind or hearing, like, all of that is actually scientifically totally possible, because thoughts are frequency. So if
Mm-hmm.
somebody can tune into the same frequency that your thoughts are on, then theoretically they should be able to pick up your thoughts. So it's not something that's woo woo, it's actually real.
It's actually true.
Right.
That's
And so
exactly what it
people,
is, Sarah. It's
yeah, so
when
people,
your vibration aligns with their frequency. So whether it's a
Mhm.
lower vibrational entity or a higher vibrational entity, that's when
Right.
you can communicate, or that's when they can attach.
Right. Just
So
like
it's
a
all
radio
about alignment.
station.
Yeah, exactly like a radio station. Like exactly.
Yeah, so I believe people with schizophrenia, I don't think they're crazy. I think that they can just hear a lot
I do
more
too.
of the frequency than the rest of us can. Something happened. I don't know whether it's just whatever happened. It is allowing them to hear more of what is around us. And I think the same. I think that mediums and people that say they can see dead people or whatever, I think they're the same
Mhm.
way. They can just see more of the frequency. As humans, we can only see very very little of the frequency. Can we hear, see, like,
Yep.
there's so much around us that we have no idea it's there. But it's
That is
there.
so true. That is so true. We can only see like this much of a spectrum that is like this big.
Hmm.
And so what
Yeah.
do we don't even see the other stuff because we can't even see it. But so just imagine what could be there.
And also, if you are having thoughts that are like, it's like a voice that's insulting you, I don't think that's your thoughts. I
Mm-mm.
don't think that's your thoughts. Like that. Remember that article was very strange that we were reading yesterday, that was talking, and it was telling you what to do about your thoughts. And it was like talking about if your thoughts are saying, "You loser." And I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't
Oh, that.
seem,
Yeah.
yeah, that's weird. If you have that, that's an attachment, dude. Your
Mm-hmm.
thoughts shouldn't be talking to you or
Well,
insulting you, I don't think.
have you ever? I've never really thought like that, but I mean, sometimes I guess
I haven't.
I've called myself a
I mean,
dumbass before. I used to
oh,
do
I
it all
have
the
called
time.
myself. Well, yeah, but that's not really insulting yourself, because were you being a dumbass at the moment that you called yourself a dumbass? Because I have called myself a dumbass, and I was being a dumbass. So I was
Yeah,
just saying,
sometimes. But
um,
nowadays, if I do it, I go, "What percentage of that is true?" I was like, "Are you really a dumbass? Like,
right,
no, you're not really a dumbass. You're really smart. You're like
right,
a
right,
smart ass."
right. So you don't really ever have you don't ever have something telling you, Susie, you're a, da, 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 da.
No,
That would be, I would say that's not your
no,
thoughts. I
yeah.
don't think that is your
Sure.
thoughts.
Like if something's calling you a slut or something, that's
Right.
and it's
Like
not God.
not being confident in your body is different than you're hearing something calling you like something.
Yeah, that's how you know. That's a dead giveaway right there.
But there are
Um,
things, right, that attachments supposedly don't jive with, I guess.
like what do you mean?
I've just heard a couple people talk about or say that, like the psychotherapists that were on that podcast were saying that they, for some reason, the attachments that they've seen in their sessions don't like it when they start talking about certain things like the Bible or.
Oh yeah, they don't like it when you talk about awakening or like spiritual strengths and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah,
They
that's
don't.
I think that it's attached. I don't know. Is it? It could be that makes people hurt people. Because I can't imagine any other thing that would make somebody hurt
I think
somebody.
so. Like it can be, but there are some people. Some people have spiritual contracts to do that to people.
Oh yeah, I guess that could be.
Like if you were
Gosh,
supposed to learn a lesson about forgiveness or about murder or something, you and somebody else, when you're in your spiritual realm, could have gotten together and said, "Hey, I need to learn this lesson about forgiveness," and this one might be like, "I need to learn this lesson about murder." So like they're like, "All right, well, let's do this," and then you come to Earth, but you forget that you made that plan, and you go through it.
right?
Isn't that wild?
It is wild. Pretty sure Pratt's pretty spot on though.
Yeah, it is. They're spiritual contracts. We all have spiritual contracts when we come in.
Yeah, I think I got one more time to go. I got one more round.
You got one more left in you, old girl.
I've got one more trip left in me. But this next trip, I have to remember. I'm gonna have to remember all that stuff because I'm gonna be tested this last time.
I think you will remember this time around. I think
No, I
I
think so.
I don't think they're going to be wiping memories the same way anymore. I think something different is going on this time.
There has to be people. There has to be a certain amount of people that remember next time. I have no idea why I said that. I have no idea why I said that.
Oh man, I thought you were going to say something profound.
Well, no, I wasn't going to say anything profound. I think that there has to be a certain number of people that remember, because I think I don't know. I honestly, I think that Jason Bashir's his theory holds a lot of weight, mathematically and scientifically and otherwise, and so there has to be a certain number of people that remember next time, I think.
Well, there is the Akashic Records.
What is that exactly? Because I've heard everybody talk about that, and I don't even really understand.
The Akashic Records is a library in the heaven realm, or the other dimension, in the seventh dimension, or whatever it is, and it's like a big ass building. It's a big ass library with record of everything that was ever done, said by anybody of all time, all the time.
So who is it? Like, is there a person that first started talking about that, or like, because I thought it was because everybody talks about it, like they've been there, and so that's why I was confused. I didn't know if it was a real place or if it was like what it. Because people,
it's a real place. Well,
that
I'll
like people.
hypnotize you to go there if you want.
What was that?
I'll hypnotize you to go there if you want.
So, because I hear that a lot. So has that been around for a long time?
Like of all time,
right? Like that people. I mean, like that people are talking about it. Because
probably I think when Dolores Cannon started talking about it, maybe, but I don't know who was the first about it. But people started talking about it under hypnosis.
That's crazy.
I think it's awesome. I've done it several times to go to the Akashic Records.
I wonder what color it is.
For
The
me,
place.
it has really pretty for me, it's got like a lot of floors. I think, oh, what happened? Oh,
What?
I thought my, hello,
Hi,
Uncle
Uncle
Bones.
Bones. Hello, Uncle Bones. Because
Um,
I can see it and I see something in my head. I was
a
wondering if
lot of
it's
people describe it the same way. It's weird that there's a lot of
how.
windows. It's a big building that shines. It's like huge. There's a lot of floors. There's a lot of rows of books and tapestries. And some of the tapestries are the tapestries of life. I think it's
Huh.
freaking awesome to be, if you ask me, I think it's an awesome concept and I believe in it.
I think it is too. And I do too. You'd have to have something like that. And in the Bible, it does talk about your name being written in the book.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I'm going to look it
Yes,
up
it
right
does.
now. I'm going to see who was the first to talk about it.
And I'm
Um,
sure that's not the only, I'm sure that the Bible is not the only text that talks about that kind of thing. The book of life.
so there is a way to get rid of spiritual attachments.
Now, is this something that can be done to a place, or you can just do it to a place in general too, or
What
does
do
it
you
have to
mean?
just be for, like, to get rid of the attachment? Like, can you do this with? So, for example, let's say, because I'm a firm believer in being in real estate, I have seen negative energy stick to a property.
Yeah.
Um, and
So a
it
property
attracts
would,
future negative energy, right? So it's almost like it's a magnet for attachments. Like, I think there's attachments that hang around certain areas waiting for people to come in, right? So, like, because there will be a house that'll go into pre-foreclosure like over and over again, but they're different owners. Why does that keep happening to the same
oh
house?
wow, really? That is
Oh
interesting.
yeah, dude, I see it all the time. It's very interesting, but it's a huge pattern. Huge. And there's properties where, well, like Chicago, there's properties that have had a lot of like corruption, or like it's just certain things stick to certain properties, almost like there's some, like an attachment, there's something that's stuck there. So, like,
Well,
is there?
in buildings, there's something called the stone tape theory or something tape theory, where like in buildings in wood and concrete, things get like the energy gets imprinted there, and
It
that's why you
does.
have reoccurring those ghosts that don't really know they're there or know that you're there. They just keep doing the same thing over and over again.
Right.
Because there's lots of different kinds of ghosts. There's ghosts that do that, and then there's ghosts that know they're ghosts, and then you
Well,
kind of,
think about this though, okay? So let's say this. There's an attachment that's stuck to this property, right?
mhm.
It doesn't wander for whatever reason. It's an attachment that brings prey to it, right? So it attracts whatever. New people come in, they move into the house. This negative attachment slowly starts to impact or affect the people that live there. It affects their behavior, and slowly their behavior starts to change, and they start to argue, and then somebody starts missing work, and then they start not paying their bills on time, and then another attachment like nudges one of them to start having an affair or whatever, and then the house goes into pre-foreclosure again, and then another couple comes along, and then the attachment is still there, and it impacts I'm telling you, this
I bet
happens.
you
It
it
has
feeds
to.
off of them. It feeds off of
Yes,
them until they have
exactly.
nothing left, and then it like kicks them out so that it can bring new people in.
Exactly, because I have seen a property literally go through like multiple different, over, because we've lived here for a long time. So it's like, or like when I'm going through pre-foreclosures and I'm looking at and researching the property and the property history and all that, I'll look and I'll see that it's gone into pre-foreclosure like a bunch of times. Almost every house that's like gone into pre-foreclosure has gone in before. It's so weird.
Wow,
And
that
there's
is
something to
interesting.
that. There's something to it. There's just something to it. That's too big of a coincidence for it to not
It's definitely
be
what we're
something.
saying. I think it's definitely what you're saying, what we just said right now. That is exactly what it is.
So it's almost like if they could clear the energy from the house, then when people move in, then they're coming into a clean space, and
Yeah, so
their
that's what you
behaviors
would
aren't
do. You would cleanse it. You would cleanse the property.
right.
And so for
Not
a
the people.
person, you could put them under hypnosis and talk to the spirit and tell it to go and help it across. That's the hypnosis
Oh,
way
that's
to release a spirit. And then there's exorcism, which is a little bit more on the rough side.
what is that like? What do they do with like? Do you know
They
how
just
those
like
work?
pray the shit out of it. They like just like,
Oh,
I
they
don't know.
torture it
Yeah.
because it doesn't like that, I guess.
Yeah, because it doesn't like that. So, but for spiritual releasement with hypnotherapy, it's like you put them under and you talk to the entity and you ask it why it's there, and then you ask it if it wants help to go.
Yeah, I was gonna say it because I wonder if you could offer help. Yeah, if you could help the entity,
A
dude.
lot of
You
people
could
do. A lot of
become
people do it that way.
Susie. You could become like the person that helps the spirit world people
I
with their
could and I
trauma.
would. Like if somebody came to me right now and asked me to do it, I would do it.
That could be a real, like seriously, like traumatized spirits could come to somebody for help. I don't know why we don't put money in investing and stuff like that. Oh wait, yeah, I do. Duh. We can't have regular people knowing stuff like that.
um, I would do. I would totally do it if somebody asked me to, because but it's dangerous. But I don't feel like I feel like it's only dangerous if you match that vibration and frequency. So just don't be shitty or don't be that vibe be that low, right? I mean, it
So
could still get you.
how would you clear a house or
A
a
house, you
building?
clear it with holy water and sage and sound. Sound clears it. Like this thing that I have.
Oh, sound, I bet you clears it big time. Sound
Yeah.
for sure. Sound, you
Um,
guys, so powerful. We need to have a show on sound. Just
yeah, definitely. Sound therapy is awesome. Sound
mhm.
therapy, light therapy. So prayer, there's rituals, all kinds of rituals that stem from like Native Americans to like others. Everyone has some and they all work.
You know what I want to do someday? I want us to like get a group of people and I want to go into like a cathedral because you know their windows and everything. You know why they're those shapes, right? That they're shaped that way because of the sound. It helps like it makes the sound resonate at a frequency that has healing properties. So they were like use them
Oh,
as
really? That's awesome.
places of healing. Yeah, that's why the Gregorian chants and the it was healing.
Well, that
That's
is
what it
so
was
cool.
for. I know. It
So
is.
sound can protect your place too.
Absolutely. Not
Yeah.
only that, but they think that sound in some temples, like Buddhist temples and stuff like that, they believe that sound, the chanting from all of the monks at certain frequencies, things become invisible.
Wow,
And
I believe
so
it.
they believed that the monks back in like back in the days when they used to build buildings and things like that to use it for like free energy and stuff. They think that they used it as a protection. Chanting was a protection that they used to do that
I
to try
believe
to
it. It
make
is a
the whole
protection.
building invisible. I believe it too.
I believe
I
it.
believe it. I believe it 1,000%. My dad, he went to Poland when he worked for Wrigley, and he
Hmm.
said that there was a cathedral there that was like it was just massive. He said, and you know, it's weird when they talk about those buildings being built. There was no electricity, and we were like in carts and horse and buggies, and my dad was like, there's no way that they could build this cathedral. And he said that it had its priests were inside the cathedral entombed and
Yeah,
standing
see
up
the
like you could see them.
catacombs. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like it was the coolest thing. And he said and they had these big old organs, right? And these organs in these cathedrals with these huge pipes, like it wasn't to play a Sunday song, people. That was
You're
it was
right.
a
You're right.
healing. It was for healing, dude. Healing. Yeah.
You're right, dude. It wasn't to play a Sunday song. It was for healing.
No.
They say that the pyramids were built with sound.
Yeah, they do believe that. The pyramids are a machine. We just it's not time for us to know what they do quite yet.
I know. That's cool. I believe that too. There's so
Yeah.
much shit we don't know about those pyramids.
Dude, all pyramids, all pyramids are amazing and have crazy healing properties. They help there's people that say if you put like a plant underneath a pyramid, it actually increases like how fast the plant grows and how healthy it is.
What?
Yeah, there's on
I don't
autodidactic
have a
has a
pyramid.
lot of huh.
I need to get a pyramid.
I know, right? On autodidactic, they were talking about different energy tech the other day, and they were talking about this form of plastic that if you make a pyramid out of it and then put something underneath the plastic pyramid, and then you play a sound at a certain frequency, it makes the thing under the pyramid disappear.
Oh shoot!
I was
Really?
like, I know. I was like, that's cool.
That is
um,
so cool.
yeah. So there's something about the shape that has, I don't know, that works with our earth or the way that the creator made things or something. All of these things are not coincidences. They're like super real. It's so weird how we as a society, we believe in all this fake bullshit that the government and the media try to sell us. But then the stuff that's actually real and there's actual evidence that we can all go check it out, guys. Like if you
Mm-hmm.
hear something that sounds outlandish to you before you like just disregard it, like
Do your
go
own research.
check it out with your own eyes and your own hands because there's so many things that I always thought that I knew and then I didn't. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, how did I not know that? And I'm 44. There's still so
Like,
many things
isn't
that
that
I
weird how people will believe every single thing that like certain people tell them, but then they won't believe something that's right in front of their eyes?
I know. And it doesn't even make sense because why would you believe something that somebody tells you that doesn't even know who you are and
Yeah, you
doesn't
don't
care
even
about
know
you?
them. And your
Right.
loved one will tell you something and they'll call you crazy first.
Right. I
It's
know.
weird.
It's very strange.
But I
It
don't
is
dog on
very
it because you know what? We were there before. We were there before. We believed in the show. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't. Maybe I never believed it.
well, yeah, but I've always been very I've always questioned everything. I've always been like that. But now it's like um the
It makes
stuff that
sense.
happens well, now the stuff that you're seeing, it's almost like so ridiculous. I can't believe that everybody's buying it. And I'm just
Yeah,
going
me
like,
too.
what's going it's like, how are all these people not seeing it? To me, it seems so blatantly like how many times can you have a mishap when you're supposed to launch something to go to the moon or to go like show us that you're really doing something in space?
Yeah.
And let's just be real, okay? If we could really send something to the moon, why the F, how would we not have a camera on the moon filming Earth right now where we could all be looking at ourselves sitting here on Earth? Like we'd have Coca-Cola advertisements on the moon if we could get there, people, because we're the United States and that's what we do is we go take stuff and we
And
put our
back it
stuff
up.
on things.
Yeah, we put all three. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we do.
It'd be like full of like all kinds of crap.
Mm-hmm.
Logos and it's like, but we can't even put a camera over there. Why not?
Where do you think the Mars rover is taking pictures?
Of somewhere in probably like Alaska or something,
The
somewhere,
tundra.
and they photoshopped it, right? Because how is his car floating around Mars? Wouldn't it implode or something if it was in a vacuum, or wouldn't the tires pop, or like wouldn't the
Does he
windshield
really?
break?
Did he say that? Does he say that he's got a car in orbit?
His car, yes, they say that, and everybody believes it. They
That guy
think
does a
everybody
lot of
believes that.
cocaine.
He
Can't
does a
you,
lot of cocaine.
well, can't you
You
tell? And like,
said you say that every time.
I know because he just looks all coked out. Like he just does. I know what it looks like, and that's what it looks like.
Oh, really? That's funny.
It is
I don't
funny.
know. Does he? I don't know. I don't know what it looks like to look coked up,
It
but
looks
I
just
don't
like
know.
exactly like he does. Eyes
Huh.
watery, just like, but he's super smart though, so he can go ahead and do as much coke as he wants.
Yeah, he is smart. He is smart. He's lying to everybody, but that's
I don't
okay.
think he's that bad. I mean, a guy. I mean, he could be a bad guy, but even bad guys, I mean, is not such a bad guy, you know?
No,
I
I
just,
mean,
I'm that way. I
it's
appreciate
it's
everybody, even bad guys.
here's how I look at it. Okay, so like, there's some of us in this world that are I liken how the elite and slash whatever, the people that know like what's real and all that, and they don't tell us everything. They're like the grown-ups, right? And we're like the kids, and like all the people that know about it, they're not supposed to say that Santa Claus isn't real.
Yeah,
It's like that.
it is
That's
kind of
how
like
we're
that.
being treated, everybody. And all of you guys who defend the government, you guys are all a bunch of little kids going, Santa is real.
Yeah, totally. Well, you know.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe our government really does care about us.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. That's why they're feeding us poison pills in our food, in the air, every single thing. They're even
In the
injecting us.
water.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
No.
Have you seen that latest pharmaceutical commercial that's for oh gosh, what was it? Oh, it's a pill that you take with your antidepressant to
Oh,
get
that's the shit right there. Yeah. Oh,
to
okay.
get elevated results, right? And then but the side effects are like stroke, death, cancer. And I
I
was
know
like, but
leakage.
you'll be happy though. But you'll be happier. You'll
Make
be
sure you
dead, but
wear the
you'll be
pants.
happy. Right?
Right. Those weight loss ones, those like anal leakage and stuff, and like the ones for depression, you could it could cause you to
Commit
have
suicide.
suicidal ideation. Yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah, please call your
Horrible.
doctor right away if you experience green fingers and jerky buttholes. Yeah.
Oh yes, jerky buttholes.
Hi,
It's my favorite.
Jen.
Oh, hi Jen. You walked in right when we were saying jerky buttholes. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The weirdest things come to my mind when I say things without
Right.
thinking.
Only us,
Oh, wow.
dude. Only us.
I know,
Um,
right? So,
yeah, it's
Kiki and I were talking and we were talking about, I was telling her that I feel like there's like only a couple types of people, right? There's like somebody who, if they learn something really cool, they want to share it with everybody because they want everybody else to, share in the, hey, look
yeah.
at this. Did you know that we can? And then there's some people that will find out something really cool and they will hide it and they will try to keep it to themselves
Yeah,
and they
they
will
don't want
use
to
it
find it.
to manipulate. So if we could just have a test, right? We got to find out at what age we can tell which way that a person's going to fall. And
Okay.
then we can make them take that test. And if they are the type of person that tries to hide it and like not share it, then we just ship them off somewhere and all those people can go live somewhere else. And then all the people that want to share things can live together.
I think that's what the universe is doing on its own right now.
Oh, I think you're right. I agree. It has to. It
Yeah.
has to do
So
that
all
on
the
its own,
people that
right?
want to believe that the government has your back, they're gonna go and they're gonna live on the earth where they think the government has your back. And they will be happy there. And then all the people that don't, they're not gonna be touched by that reality. Like it's you know what,
Right.
really, basically, guys.
Yes, I agree. I agree with
Everybody
that.
only you're the only one that experiences reality the way you experience it. It's really only you.
Mm-hmm.
I know that sounds so far out, but it's true. So I'm sorry, but your subconscious mind creates everything that you're experiencing. It's all you. Everything that's happening to you is you. And once you realize that, it kind of gets easier,
It does.
right?
You don't fight stuff as much.
Yeah, you
It's a
don't
lot
blame
easier
people
to
for
fix
everything.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and you can fix it. Yeah. Because like if it's somebody else, you just don't put your attention there anymore.
Yeah, because when you do
Change the
blame
channel.
somebody, you're giving them that power. You're giving them the control. Like
Right.
you're making it like you can't do anything about it when you can do everything about it.
Right. Yeah, don't do that. Don't
Don't do that.
make it their
Yeah.
fault, because
Really.
then you have to wait for them to fix it. And what if they don't
Mhm.
want to fix it?
And then,
Well,
and really, since it's only you, they're never gonna fix it because you're the one that's got to fix it. So it's like it's a perpetuating problem. So release blame because it serves no one. Nada.
right. Also release guilt. That
Yeah,
also
release
serves no
guilt.
one.
It serves no one.
No, because there's a difference between being like, it's okay to be sorry. You should be sorry and then be over it.
Yeah.
Guilt is bad for you
It's
and
like
for
a donut.
everybody. There's nothing good about guilt. It will eat you alive.
It's like a donut, dudes. So don't eat the guilt donut and don't eat the anxiety donut because those are things that don't have anything in a donut has nothing in it that's good for you. It's all empty calories. So does anxiety. So does guilt. All of that. So don't eat an anxiety donut or a guilt donut.
But if you can find joy that comes from within, then you're like a Taurus field, which is a donut that goes inside of itself.
That is the good donut. The Taurus field is the best donut.
Yay!
Now that donut is nutritional.
And it's forever. That's the forever donut.
It's
The
eternal
everlasting donut.
Eternal donut, baby.
Taurus fields are interesting.
That was hilarious the other day when you're like, somebody's messing with my Taurus field.
I see everything as
messing my Taurus field up.
I didn't even realize it, like, because I have some 3D software that I do, or I've messed around with for many years, called Poser, and I never really realized what a Taurus. I never understood it until the other day. That's so funny because, like, I thought I knew what it was, but I understand now, like, what it is, because it's infinite. It just feeds itself. It feeds itself.
So the Akashic records are protected by the guides. They're spiritual beings known as the guides, the keepers, the guardians. And let's see what else I can find. Okay, so when it first started getting talked about was by his name was C.W. Leadbeater. He was a clairvoyant in 1899, and he was the one he identified the Akashic records by name as something a clairvoyant could read, but I think anybody could read them now. Like, you got to go under hypnosis though,
Right?
or have a near-death experience. Either or. And what else does it say here?
What was his name?
His name was C.W. Leadbeater.
Leadbeater. Oh, poor guy. Oh, Leadbeater, huh? Like Leadbeater?
Yeah, Leadbeater.
Oh, wow. That's a terrible, terrible, terrible. I mean, lovely.
Okay, so it came from the word Akasha is from Sanskrit, which I always think of Sanskrit as the writing that Jesus did. So Sanskrit was, what about, I don't want to get into that. That's a whole nother show.
What?
I was about to say the Emerald Tablets.
Oh.
But we should have a show about that too.
Does that have to do with the Anunnaki?
Maybe. I don't know yet.
Oh.
We've got something here. So it's an esoteric. So esoteric really only means people that are seeking the truth. That's all that it means. I don't know why people like demonized it or made it bad, because it's not.
Right. Because that's what people do. This life is like a giant game of telephone, and people pass on information and say things, and they don't even know what they're saying or what they're passing on.
They don't even know. They just talk shit all the time. I know because
Like,
I probably talk my fair share of
well,
shit.
like jewelry, dude. Like, I think the original intent, or maybe one of the original intents of jewelry, was because gemstones have certain properties, and I think that we just take it at our age, or our society takes it and we wear it because it's pretty. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that's not really the only reason why we're supposed to wear it. So I
Yeah,
feel
I
like
think
there's
it.
probably like spirits around us that are like making fun of us for
Mm-hmm.
just wearing it for its being pretty when it has a like a super
Purpose.
important purpose.
Yeah.
We're probably supposed to be doing something really important with it. We're
There's
super
a
not the
lot of
most
things.
advanced people that have been ever lived. I'm afraid, everybody.
Well, I don't know. That's the thing because we could be,
We could
but
be,
we
but we're
don't know
not.
it.
Not
That's
right
the
now.
only thing.
We
We've
can't
been
be.
robbed
I
of
mean, we're
it.
not, because there's buildings right now that exist that we can't replicate with our own technology today. There's buildings where the cutting is so precise that you wouldn't even be able to tell the difference with the naked eye. You could only tell if you had like a laser system to read it. So there's no reason to do a building that's that precise, because we can't even detect the preciseness, because our human eye only can detect something so, like, we can only see that something is so precise, right?
Yeah.
You can't tell if something is like measured to the degree, because our human eyes can only detect it to a certain like level. So when there's buildings out there that it's so precise, but it was built hundreds of years ago, that tells me, because we can't, like, there's things that we can't do that today, not the way some of those buildings were built, and they didn't have electricity back then, supposedly. So that doesn't make sense
But
to me.
yeah, that doesn't make sense because I don't know. They knew that we were electric.
Right.
The
They
Silva
knew that
method
there was
is
electricity in the atmosphere. There was, yeah. Yep.
so. Jen is asking, "What's our what is our take on the Silva method?" And it's hypnosis. It's subconscious. So it's
Wait,
a
what is the what method?
the Silva method.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
It is okay. So I think the story goes. Oh, I can't say the story right, but some man, like a psychologist or like a hypnotherapist or like somebody that had knowledge of the subconscious mind, had kids that were not doing well in school. And so he took them out of school and he like hypnotized them and taught them their stuff, their lessons, and they learned it and became geniuses because your subconscious mind never sleeps. Your subconscious mind knows everything all the time.
Right.
And so that's what he did with his kids. And then they were like geniuses. And then he started selling it, the Silva method, like selling it as a
Oh,
product.
well,
Like,
shit. I
yeah.
want to learn how to do that.
Oh, dude,
Jen, I
we
think
could.
that sounds amazing.
It is
Ha-
amazing.
What,
Maybe let me look. Maybe there's more to the story that I'm not telling. But I think that's along the right line there.
hmm.
Oh, Silva meth. No, not Silva meth. Google.
it's, like, it's like you want some meth. What?
Funny Google.
And they stated being able to know things beforehand. Oh, they started being able to know things beforehand. Like
Oh yeah, they
what
got
kind of
psychic.
things, Jen?
Well, because they're psychic. Because when you access your subconscious mind, like when you start
So,
to try to lucid dream, or when you
uh-huh.
start to hypnotize yourself, when you start to open your third eye, everybody's psychic. Everybody's
Right.
psychic, that we just don't know it because they never taught us how to use it.
Right,
So
right.
when you start doing these things, you open this shit up, and then you start knowing shit, and shit just it's true, dude. So the Silva method is a holistic system of meditation and mind control. Oh well, I wouldn't call mind control is a harsh word. I would
Why do they
say,
do that? Oh, I know why they do that. I don't know why I say why do they do that. They do that for a reason. They don't
yeah, they
want
do that
people.
to
They
like
want to get.
demonize it.
They want to scare people, right?
Yeah, fear. They want to make people afraid. Well, guess what? I'm not afraid of anything anymore. So bring it.
So when he hypnotized them, what did he just teach the lesson the same way he would have taught with them not
Kind of
hypnotized,
no and
or?
kind of not. Yes and no. But he did like guided imagery techniques and to rewire their brains.
Okay, that's cool. That's so cool.
It is
And how,
amazing.
and he it was able to do that, and for some reason that's not like that's like proof, isn't it? Like I would think. How old are his kids?
Right. Like it's right in front of everybody. It's like so good.
How old are were his kids?
So I don't know.
Oh, self
Yes,
mind.
yeah, it's like self mind control. It's like rewiring your mind. It's like
Yeah,
reprogramming yourself.
that's amazing. That's amazing. I would love to do that.
So
They
the
say,
Silva method teaches students how to use the alpha level consciously and to use both brain hemispheres. Oh, remember how I was telling you about
oh
when
yeah,
you sync
binaural
both
beat.
brain hemispheres? When you
Mm-hmm.
sync both brain hemispheres and you answer and listen to all the cues that your body gives you, you all of your needs, you can meet all of your own needs. All you have to do is sync your hemispheres. All you have to do is pay attention to the cues that your body gives you and act on them, and you will never go wrong. You all of your needs can be met all of the time. You will never suffer. But nobody does that, so we don't do that. And so what do? We ignore it. We ignore it, and like we're kind of, yeah, you're right. We're kind of not the smartest because it's so
No,
easy.
we're not.
Yeah.
Right.
So
It's
there's a
so much
lot of ways
easier.
you can sync your hemispheres.
You can listen to hemisync, right? Binaural
Yep.
beats or
You
whatever.
can listen to binaural beats.
Hmm.
That's cool, Jen. You're gonna become a genius. You already are a
Yeah,
genius.
I know. Let us know how that goes. I want to try it. I would
It can
love to
help you with a
be.
lot of things.
I would love to be like in a study like of somebody that did studies on dreams or something. I would love, that would be so cool.
So that man's name was Jose Silva.
Jose Silva.
Hmm. I'm trying to find him. I'm trying to find something about him. There's a lot about him actually. It does a lot of things more than just teaches you stuff. It it makes you healthy. Like your whole body is connected to your emotions and to your state of
Hmm.
mind. So people don't believe that though, but it is true.
I know. I don't understand. Well, that's all we've been taught. Is that's why people don't believe that. We've always been taught otherwise.
Yeah.
They had to teach us to fix our physical bodies in order for them to make us sick. They had to trick us into putting stuff in our body. So let's don't let them keep tricking us, guys.
Stop it. Stop going. Stop falling for it.
Could you guys
Quit it.
imagine if we made it mandatory to that kids learned how to grow their own food before they could graduate like middle school? Could you guys imagine the impact that would have on the world?
Hmm. It would
Or
like it's yeah.
if instead of having like grass or like pretty things, if every like yard or if whatever homeowners use their yards to grow food, they could get some kind of like incentive, and there could be like a community HOAs could have their own market to feed everybody in the HOA. Like there's so many things we could do if we could all just recognize a few facts of, you
Hmm.
know, we've all been programmed to think things are a certain way, and they are obviously not that way because nothing's getting better for anybody.
We're
uh,
headed in that direction, and if you know, and like I said before, your world, you're gonna experience what your thoughts are experiencing. So for me and what I'm going to experience is that what you just said. Like everybody's gonna wake up and it's gonna be better. Some people aren't meant to believe that. Like some people are here, you know, some people are need to be like doing something else, and that's the way their minds are because that's the way God made them. For me, it's love and light, man, because I am so done. Okay, so it can cure insomnia. It can help you control the flow of your blood. Seriously, dude, that's awesome.
Oh, I believe that 1,000%.
You can control your body temperature.
I know that you can control the flow of your blood because I do that. Like when you're like if you have pain, um like a toothache or something like that, I try to send blood to something that's throbbing to try to calm it down. It works. I don't know if it's just in my mind that it works, which means it works, or if it works.
It does. Well, if it's in your mind, then it works for you. You'll
Right.
experience it
Right.
working.
Right.
And you can see this everywhere, you guys. I'm not making this up. Like, if you see somebody with a shitty attitude, aren't they having like a shitty day? Aren't they having like kind of a shitty life? And because they don't change their attitude, it's every day that way. So, like, it's just everywhere. You can totally see it's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you don't change the inside of you, your world can't change possible. Because if you don't change the way you look at things, then you're just going to react the same way and you're going to talk to the same people, you're going to do the same things and nothing will change. So we live in a wonderful place.
It's
This
beautiful.
world is so, yes, absolutely. And most people are awesome.
Most
They
people
just
are.
forgot. They forgot that they're awesome because they've been being told how shitty
You
they
know
are
what? I
and
think
how
even the
everything
biggest
sucks.
butthole is awesome. Like, even the biggest jerk is awesome. I think everybody is awesome in their own way.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So, yeah, you can totally, Jen, you can totally like have the biggest transformation of your life with the Silva method. Like, you can just go off on that. I can't wait to see what you do with that, Jen.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That'll be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So I
So,
think I might have. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh, I think I might have garage sale on Saturday.
Sweet. Oh wait, am I here? Yes, I am here.
Am I here?
Um, I think I might have. Yeah, you're right. I have a busy weekend. I have a busy day tomorrow, and then I have a busy day on Saturday too. But this is what I was working on. Does everyone want to see what I was working on?
Ooh, is that a diamond thing?
Yes, it's diamond art.
Nice.
But
Very
anyways,
cool.
so that's about our time, guys. We don't like to stay on too long because no, dude, that's the way we're like a fine wine. You just need a little bit.
Ooh, I had a blood orange for tonight for the first time.
Oh,
I
those are
didn't
good.
realize that they actually look like there's blood in it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
They're
it was good
sweeter,
though.
right?
Yeah. Oh, and I also got a pink pineapple from
Have you
Fry's.
ever eaten a how do you say it? Bozek orange, a Bozek pear, Bozek pear?
Are they the really juicy ones
They're like,
from
yeah,
Asia? Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, they're good.
That made my mouth
Yep.
water right now, man.
Have you ever had I call them the hairy ball fruit. They look like hairy balls.
Kiwi? Is it a kiwi? The hairy ball? Like, it looks like
Oh
apple.
no, it does look like but it's hairier balls. So it's called a oh, what is it called? Dang it. Uh it's an Asian fruit.
Oh, gross. It sounds
Oh,
gross.
darn it. It's delicious. It's so good.
Oh,
It
wait.
looks like a
Is it
giant
red?
grape. No, yeah, on the outside, yeah, it's like hairy and brownish red
I
looking.
think I know what you're talking about. I see this guy on TikTok eating them all the time when he's doing his TikToks.
You like cut it in half and then you kind of twist it and it looks like a giant grape inside. It's really good.
Wow.
Whatever. I can't remember the name of it, but I'll look it up and tell you next time.
We should try other fruits. I want to try a dragon fruit. I want to try a star fruit.
Me too. I haven't tried a dragon fruit either. Kiki was talking about dragon fruit today. But I got pink pineapple. I didn't know that so I'll have
How
to
is that? Like, what's up with that?
I'm pretty sure it's probably genetically modified, so it's probably
Oh, I'm
very
sure.
bad for you.
Yeah.
But I was curious, so I bought one. I was like, I wonder if it'll taste like pink, like strawberry pineapple, like strawberry lemonade. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us.
Yes, everybody, thank you for
Jen,
joining. Thank
Fat
you for
Mom.
watching later. If you're watching later, please hit the subscribe button, tell your friends, share it, like it. You can catch me on TikTok every day. I go live and do card readings. And hit my website up if you need some help with anything. I would be glad to help you. So awakeninghearts333.com. You know the deal.
And
So,
I'm still a work in progress. So she just
an
hypnotized
amazing
me
work
again.
in
We
progress.
shall see.
We shall see
Yep.
what she turns out to be.
Oh yeah, because she also told me how to do my boobs. So
how to yeah, you can make your boobs bigger.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm working on my boobs. Well,
Remember, like 10 times a day, you have to do that.
I know.
Visualize.
I forgot.
All right. So on that note, everybody think about us visualizing making our boobs and butts bigger and smaller. So there you go. And good night, everybody.
Yeah, help us out. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. My boobs could be huge. All right.
Okay, bye.
Good night.